say he's going to fight? I will fight those who differentiate between prayer and the zakat. The zakat is compulsory, right to be taken from the Prophet according to Allah's orders. So Allah's ordered compulsory.
No, that's
so but without the brackets, you can understand that why is it compulsory? It's a compulsory thing.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't pay, he's going to fight.
Allah ordered in the Quran.
Okay.
What happens if you can't pay? What happens if you can't pay?
Sorry?
What happens if you can't pay?
If you can't pay, then you can't pay. You're not going to fight to pay. It's different altogether. It's only a private different.
So they're not going to fight. Okay.
This is a different people.
If you can't,
You can't pay anything.
okay, hang
So you
on.
don't pay.
It's only for those who are rich people.
Sorry, so are you commanding to fight if Muslims? So let me put it this way. If I say to you, if I make a declaration, yeah, Teresa May, I make a declaration, I say, you guys fight Mansur, right? Compared to say, I will fight Mansur. Is there a difference? Is there a difference in both statements?
When he says I will fight, he's fighting as the leader of the state. That means he's going to order his people under him, who is the authority to collect zakah, to go and fight those people. So he might send his whole army to go and fight these people, as he did. He sent a group of his army to fight those people.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. But I'm saying, if there's different, look at the difference in the commandment. Yeah. So if I say I will fight,
Just want to clarify the bigger picture. No. It's a bigger picture.
okay,
Very bigger picture.
yeah.
Christians seem to be having problems with the idea that, paying jizya is a bit of reluctance, isn't it? You're saying, why are we going to pay jizya? What's your issue about the jizya?
Okay, I'll tell you why. Can I respond to that? My issue is, according to Surah 929 and the commentary that says in Surah 929, the reason of the jizya. First of all, you're commanded, and this scripture is an example. First of all, you're commanding, you're saying to Muslims that it's giving an order to fight people because of their beliefs, right? It says fight unbelievers until they embrace Islam, right?
Can you show us where it says until they embrace Islam?
Doesn't say embrace Islam.
Can you just show that, where it says until they embrace Islam?
Let me just finish and you can correct me where I'm wrong.
You just show that what you just said. Because that seems to be your understanding, isn't it? Your question comes from that understanding.
Yes.
So where does it say that fight those until they...
According to Surah 929, right, it says fight those who don't believe in Allah. When we look at the tafsir, it gives us the reason why people were being fought.
That's not my question though.
No,
my question is your subconscious understanding that fight those until they embrace Islam. Where is that? Can I find that? I'm sure
So you asked me.
It's probably somewhere there, right? Can I find it?
Your question to me was, what was my problem with the jizya? Yeah? What was my problem with
Correct.
the jizya? And I'll tell you what my problem with the jizya. I'll just read from your source, okay? And I'm going to read, I'm going to read Ibn Kathir's commentary on Surah 929, okay? And you can see it in Surah 928 as well. Allah Most High ordered the believers to prohibit the disbelievers from entering or coming near the sacred mosque. On that, Quraysh thought that this will reduce their profits. Therefore, Allah Most High compensated them and ordered them to fight people of the book until they embrace Islam or pay the jizya. Okay, and it goes on to say, and if you fear poverty,
So it's not the Quran. It's Ibn Kathir's commentary.
Look at him now. Look at him now.
And
know what I asked?
No. And if you fear poverty,
Be honest in your conversation.
and if you fear poverty, soon Allah will.
Free advice for you. Be honest. Always be honest.
And if you fear poverty, soon Allah will enrich you if He wills out of His bounty. Therefore, the Messenger of Allah decided to fight the Romans in order to call them to Islam. This is my problem. My problem with the jizya is the purpose of it. First of all, we can see from Ibn Kathir that it was because of they were prohibited. The pagans were prohibited, or unbelievers were prohibited from coming to a certain land or a certain mosque. This was then going to reduce trade. Surah 928 tells us that if you fear poverty, Allah commands says, I will enrich you. So in other words, because of a reduction in trade that was going to happen, a reduction in profit, then
Because of 920.
so it's confirmed in Surah 928.
What does it say? 928.
This is what the Quran says.
Well, you should have.
It says that. It basically says that if you say, it talks about prohibiting people from coming to the church. And if you fear poverty, Allah will enrich you. Yeah, do you agree with that?
Let's read that in context.
Okay, let's read it. Okay.
They had a choice.
Surah 9.
So basically,
Yeah.
whole of Islamic scholarship is out of the window, and you, Tom, Dick and Harry like me, speaker's corner, can say, you know what it means is this, the reason, from your understanding, the reason jizya is instituted is actually an economic compensation. What you understood? Is that what you have understood?
I can read it again if you want.
According to whatever source, my source or your
According
source,
to Surah 8,
from what
9:28, and according to
sure. Of course, you're reading our sources, right? So from our sources, you've understood the purpose of institution of jizya is economic compensation.
Not only that,
And what else?
the second thing is to call people to Islam.
Okay, so call people to Islam, I have no problem with that. But in terms of your understanding that it's economic compensation,
The fact that people are taught to
Islam came to call people to Islam. That means if there is an obstacle, we will fight to clear the obstacle, but not to force people to accept Islam. There is no compulsion in religion. There's nothing about compelling anyone to accept Islam.
Okay, if I say to you, so we just read that hadith, the hadith that says, when Muhammad himself says, I will fight these people until they say there's no God.
Do you know what that
but Allah.
means? Do you know what that means, this fighting? This fighting is not compelling someone, because Islam came to open all the paths free from obstacles so that people can see Islam. But at the end of the day,
So what does fight mean?
listen, at the end of the day, Islam, Muslim cannot force you to accept Islam. It is your choice. They cannot force you. So who's talking to you? Who's talking to you? No, you have no respect for your own self, and you know
You're lying though. You're lying though.
You're calling me liar.
You said there's no force. You said there's no force.
According to Islam, can Muslim force a non-Muslim to become a Muslim?
Yes.
Okay, let me.
I'm asking you the question.
I will read your sources.
Before you give me your sources, just answer that plainly. Are you saying, according
She didn't
to
write the Quran or the
Muslim,
Hadith, so she reads.
we can force people to accept Islam?
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. Sahih Muslim 30, Muhammad said, I have been commanded to fight against people so long as they do not declare that there is no God but Islam. Sahih Muslim 4.
Stop. One at a time. One at a time.
I will expel the Jews and the Christians from the Arabian Peninsula. I will not leave anyone but Muslims. Does that sound like force?
Stop there. Let's understand one at a time.
Okay.
Go one at a time.
Okay.
So, you were thinking from this fighting means fighting to make people become a Muslim?
Absolutely. Wow.
I don't think you
Sahih
understand what you're
Bukhari,
saying.
Allah's mentioned that
you
if
just keep
anyone
reading.
changes Islamic religion, then kill him. Does that sound like force or not?
Just 1 second.
Sorry.
I think suddenly your mind shifted.
No. Just answer the question.
Listen,
Here.
the question is about
No, this guy diverts.
making people Muslim,
He diverts.
not when people leave the religion. According to your faith. Which faith is that? Wait, no. I'm gonna see whether you're consistent. Right?
Answer the question.
Right. According to your faith, which is excuse me. Right, good. According to your faith, did God not say, whoever accepts and worships other than the God of Israel, put them to death? I can quote the verse in the Jewish scripture.
can't answer
Did
this
God,
question.
wait a second.
You can't answer this question. You
Wait
go to the Bible.
a second.
Why are you hiding?
Because
Answer this
I'm not
question.
talking to you, Mr. Comedian.
Answer this question.
Excuse me.
We only got 5 minutes and we're gone.
You can go if you want,
We are gone.
but we're going to expose your. You know what?
Answer this question.
Inconsistency.
Don't go to the
So
Bible.
now,
Don't
as you
run to the
realize,
Bible.
according to the Jewish scripture,
I can't believe this.
any person,
Why are you running to the
any
Bible?
Israelite, anyone who worships other, can I finish?
Okay.
Right.
About the Quran.
Anyone who worships other than the God of Israel, they should be put to death. Wait a second. Wait a moment.
go on.
Are you saying to us that you've never come across this verse in the Bible?
Let's see the scripture.
We will.
Let's see.
But I want to ask you first. Have you not come across this verse?
Can I respond to you?
The answer is I have come across this verse or I haven't. Which one?
Can you bring the scripture?
I am about to.
Wait, you know what you're doing?
Wait,
You're
I'm
not.
about to. Have you come across this verse in the Bible where if you worship other than the God of Israel,
About the hadith you just read, and he goes to the Bible.
because this is amazing where the inconsistency of the Christians. If you have the same belief, inconsistency. This is called hypocrisy.
Why don't you answer the question about the hadith?
Wait. So I'm going to bring this verse.
Would you let me respond to you?
Let me bring this verse.
Bring the verse.
I'm going to find it exactly. I think it's somewhere in the, of course in the Pentateuch. Could be Leviticus or Deuteronomy. Let me find out exactly.
I think this will be a good education for the Christians.
Israel.
Educated brother.
So, is there compulsion in Islam or not? So, are you meant to kill people? So, you're not answering that? Are you meant to fight?
First of all, you brought an issue instead of about can you compel someone to become a Muslim, and you're saying, oh, what if someone leaves Islam? Can you kill them or not? Look at how you changed the topic. So because you brought this up, we need to actually show, are you saying it's a problem? It seems like problematic to you. So now if you have a belief where...
That wasn't a change of topic, sir.
Whoever, okay, this is one similar, right? In Exodus. So in Exodus here, whoever sacrifices to any god other than the Lord must be destroyed. Exodus 20:20. So if you sacrifice or pay your homages, you offer your offerings to other than the God of Israel, you should be destroyed. Destruction. So now, are you saying this is not a compelling?
No, so hang on. So let me just understand.
Can you understand that?
Yes. Can I respond to you? Can I respond to you? I just need to understand, right? Are you saying, because the question was whether there is compulsion in Islam, according to Surah 9:20.
Can you answer that first?
No, hang on.
No. We should ask you first.
I started the conversation.
So you're not going to answer it?
No,
you're not going to
Blatant
answer it.
hypocrisy.
No, I want to understand where you're coming from. I want to
Can I tell you where they're coming from?
I want to understand where you're
Okay,
coming
may I
from.
let me tell you where I come from?
No, wait.
Because
you
you can, but I want to clarify one thing though. You brought that, in this hadith which says whoever changes his religion, kill them.
Respond to
So
that.
you were saying basically...
What's your response?
I'm about to respond. You were saying you seem to have a problem with this, that in Islam, if someone becomes an apostate, you somehow think killing an apostate is very problematic for you. Now, without going into any justification of what it means or not, I'm just going to simply ask you, when in your Bible,
You're stuck, that's why.
when in your Bible,
Don't go
like
to the
in
Bible. You're
Chronicles,
stuck.
9 Chronicles,
Why do you need the Bible?
all who would not seek the Lord, the God of Israel, were
Why do you
put
need the
to death,
Bible?
whether small or great, man or woman. Or he who curses his
You
father,
always need the Bible.
even cursing the father, put to death. Wait, let me finish the point. Are you suggesting in your faith, if someone worships other than the God of Israel, they should not be put to death?
Can I respond to you?
That's the idea.
This conversation, where did this conversation start from?
Exactly.
It started from Surah 9:29
Exactly.
and the example of Muhammad.
No, you don't like it
Exactly.
anymore.
No. The question was, the conversation I was
Hypocrisy
having.
exposed?
No. The conversation I was having was the example of Muhammad
So you can answer
and
that.
whether they are forced.
Are you
People
going to answer
forced.
that?
I'm being forced because of their religion. And because
You're
of
correct.
their-
You're correct. That was the conversation.
That was my.
Can you
Because you
respond
brought
to
it
that?
up,
Can you
I
respond to
would
that?
like you. No, I would like you to respond. Are you then saying that yes, it is as it is in Christianity? Is that your
what you're saying?
response?
No, what I'm saying is this. If you haven't, because you haven't understood, let me...
question to you was not whether
you need to
Christianity.
do some
Hang
psychology
on.
stuff
My
here.
question to you was not whether Christianity promotes death or not. If you're not a Christian,
I want to clarify
that
one
is not
thing.
my question. We can go
Because
to
you've-
that topic.
No, you misunderstood,
later
so I want
on.
to clarify.
Okay, clarify.
Right. In the Jewish law, in the Jewish
Are we talking
scripture,
about Jewish scripture now?
you're not letting me clarify. That's the problem. The problem is, the moment we want to clarify something,
Don't go to
you
the
have a
Jewish
problem.
law. Clarify the
Now,
hadith.
Jesus Christ, according to your faith, revealed the Torah. In the Torah, Jesus Christ, according to your belief, He's the God who revealed the Torah, says, whoever sacrifices other than to God of Israel, they should be put to death. Now, do you have a problem with that?
It's got nothing to do with the hadith.
Do you have a problem with that?
That was not my question to you.
I'm asking simply, do you have a problem with that? Then I can move on.
Can you answer my question?
I can move on if you just answer the question.
Can you answer my question?
I'm about to, but I want you to move on by saying,
No,
I have a problem with this verse or I don't.
My question
Can't answer
to
it, that's
you
why.
was my issue with the Quran, Surah 929, why you are fighting unbelievers and fighting people because they do not believe in Allah, why Muhammad clearly fought and killed people because of their faith, right? That was my question to you. You need to respond to that. We can go to the topic of Christianity, whether Christianity forces people into believing in Christianity. We can go into that. But
Go on then, go on.
No, we can
Go
go
on, answer
later
it.
on.
But
Until you answer my question.
Do you know why you never go on?
No, we will.
You will never.
Okay, Mansur,
You will never.
We can talk about that next week.
No,
How
you
about that?
you will never. Do it now.
How about that?
You will never
No,
respond
because
to
It is
I had
pretty
a
much
question,
like you
Mansur.
will
pretty
never
much
I had a
guaranteed
question and I
that you will not.
stated-
Respond to this.
I had a statement.
She asked you first.
This whole thing came from about whether Muhammad kept the law or not, right? And whether Muhammad commanded his followers to keep the law. That was the conversation, and that's what I'm interested in. The law, there's a clear bit of the law that talks about thou shalt not murder. Right? And we can see that actually Muhammad murdered people, commanded people to murder and fight people because
In your
of their
dreams, right? You got it all in your dreams.
according to your Quran, because of their beliefs. So you need to respond to that. We can then therefore go and talk about
Okay, fine.
Christianity, but I have to leave.
Okay. I know you have to leave. I pretty much guaranteed earlier on. Did I guarantee?
No, because
No. It's guaranteed that you're not going to ask this question. It's guaranteed. I just it's guaranteed. You should listen. You should simply disprove me and disprove my guarantee by saying, "There you go. Yes, we are so
Embarrassing.
Go on.
Answer questions.
We're not talking
Answer the
about the Bible.
question.
We can talk about the Bible next
Answer.
week, but I need you to answer
Okay.
why
Exactly.
Sure.
you
Why
are
come from the
commanded to
Bible?
fight people
As you
because
realize, for 1430 something years, more years of Islam,
Next week, yeah?
the Muslim scholars have explained this verse. This verse is nothing the way you understand. You people, yourself as Christian scholars, you are scholars of Christianity, right? Okay, you're not a scholar. As a lay person, you understand it in total contradiction from hundreds and thousands of years of Islamic scholarship, how they explain this verse, and you, a Tom, Dick and Harry in Speaker's Corner in London, of course, and not being a scholar of Christianity or in Islam, and say, you know what, I understand it this way. And now, explain to me this. I'm simply saying, if you were to consult Islamic history, scholarship, you will see how we have consistently explained from our scholarship what this means. But instead of accepting Islamic, let me finish, instead of accepting the Islamic scholarship in what they explain about this issue, that there is no compulsion in forcing anyone in accepting Islam, somehow, as a lay person, not just a lay person who doesn't even speak Hebrew, Greek, Arabic, none of the languages of the Quran, or the Jewish scripture, or the Christian scripture, somehow seem to think that in Speaker's Corner, you can say, there you go, I've got it, amazing bingo, right?
Sermon, well done. Now answer the
What
question,
I'm
please.
saying is,
We don't need a sermon for that.
you need to really open up your mind and your heart
Well done. Good.
to scholarship.
Okay. Do you have an answer now?
When you go to scholarship,
No answer?
the answer is already there for you, provided for centuries. So when you bring issues like this, what I find is the double standards and the hypocrisy that is exhibited by Christian evangelists in Speaker's Corner or elsewhere. Double standards and hypocrisy. When your own religion is based on the same scripture, the Jewish scripture, which says whoever sacrifices to other than the God of Israel, put them to death. And this what they used to do. You somehow whitewash it, put it in the bin, brush it aside. it's not for me anymore. Even though this is the command, this is the belief that you had from your own God. You don't like it anymore. Do you know why you don't like it? Because you have divorced Christianity, the religion, from governance of state and conduct of your affairs in your worldly life. The church has separated from the state. You've already lost, and now you want also to see the same with Muslims, to separate their theology and their political governance from the state. It's never going to happen. Do you know why? Because Islam is so much integrated in its theology and its political makeup. It's always going to be like this. Whether you like it or not, it will be the case where Islam is going to be like this. So whether you bring these verses like, oh look, Islam is so violent, or Islam is, you know, every week, I want to express something. You can take half an hour if you want to respond. What we see is this, week after week. Why you come along in this? Oh, why you talk about Islam, condone slavery, when your whole religion is embedded in this belief of slavery and how slaves were dealt with. Even in Britain, only recently, no, I'm just saying, every week after week, you are coming up with this kind of things about, oh, I don't like this about Islam. Islam is this, Islam is that. What I'm saying